Mamma mia! Mamma mia!
Nope. Nope.
Mamma mia!
This episode is sponsored in part by PTZ Optics. Why hire a camera operator when the control is in your hands? Visit ptzoptics.com for more information. And by NewTek, makers of the TriCaster TC1. Stun your viewers, not your accountant. Visit newtek.com for more information.
Retro Gaming Asylum. Welcome to Game Masters.
Another week, another day, another dollar, another rainstorm. We're here.
Yeah. What's up with that, guys? Tell me about the weather. Why has it been raining so much? And why is it so hot outside?
Well, they can't make up its mind. One day it's fall, the next day it's spring, the next day it's summer. Like it doesn't want to make up its mind. I give up, kind of type of deal.
Yeah, that's like every day here. And then at one point it'll snow. So that's how it goes.
Everybody's saying what's
but we're
up.
Here.
What's up, banging? JJ was here earlier. He said he regarding the topic tonight, which we're going to be talking about here shortly, is he says he finds this as a nightmare, and that is buying games with a huge backlog. I guess to each their own, right? Everybody has their own their nightmare situation. We're going to talk about some nightmare situations.
I can't wait.
Going.
It's going to be such a fun time. I love reliving all of this terrible stuff.
You love reliving nightmares. So I'm fortunate enough. It's not storming where I'm at. It rained earlier this morning. It stormed. We did have some storms early this morning, but then it kind of it went down to Brandy's area. So now you've got them all down there by you.
Sure did, and I think people around me lost power, but here we are still kicking, just looking a little old school retro over here if I'm a little pixelated, but we're working on it, you know.
So we've got a guest in the chat room, Toilet Clogger 1945. What's up, y'all? He's been waiting probably all day when he secured that name to talk about the toilet being clogged. So tell us what's been new on your side of the world for those while we're getting things situated. What's been going on? What's new?
Me? Same old, you know? No, actually really great things. I have been going down this crazy path of trying to collect them all. And it's not even Pokemon, but I'm trying to catch them all. So we'll get into that a little bit later. That'll be something. But I did get to go to a few different game stores. I have some convention talk, upcoming. And we have like some things that we're working on. So I'm definitely pretty excited about it. Oh, I love it. It's always something. I love the chat. You guys are awesome. Just cracking me up like the entire time. Brandy streaming from a Game Boy cam. You know.
That's what she knew. She said it right away. She goes to me. She goes, everybody's going to get on me tonight because we have this storm coming through. And of course, my video is going to look like garbage because the storm coming through. So, we're working on that. We've just been so daggone busy. Convention season has overtaken us. And we've got some conventions coming up. In fact, I've got GDEX and Korgs coming up at the beginning of September. Then it's Cleveland at the end of September. Then it's Pittsburgh at the beginning of October. So, Brandy, it's like nonstop. And I know you've got some coming up, too, that are, it's going to be like bang, bang, bang for you as well.
Exactly. Some are like back-to-back weekends. Like if, Retro World Expo and then Cleveland Gaming Classic and then hopefully Retro Rick's convention. It's like back-to-back-to-back. So I think some of them are just right after each other, like this.
I know.
A week.
Mr. Gretzky 9966 says, "Will you guys be doing the show from Pittsburgh Con?" No, Brandy actually won't be in Pittsburgh, but she has decided she's going to go to
Pittsburgh.
We're keeping her out of Pittsburgh. She gets us into trouble in Pittsburgh, but we said it's okay. She can come to Cleveland.
I'm banned.
Yeah, you're officially banned, but we are actually going to do, I was talking with the folks over at Cleveland. I said, if Brandy comes, can we do the podcast live from the main stage? And they were like, yeah, that sounds like fun. Why don't you do it? So we will be doing this podcast. It won't be on a Wednesday. Obviously, we'll do the podcast on our normal time on a Wednesday. But Brandy, we'll be doing an extra special one from the Cleveland Gaming Classic that people get to watch online if they're not there, and we'll also record it and all that good stuff. But you guys will be able to take part in that. I think that'll be a lot of fun, personally.
Yeah, I won't look like I'm streaming from a Game Boy cam, but it'll be awesome. I love it. Yeah, we got tons of people in the chat too. There were people waiting earlier, and we got Chase over there from Riley Retro. We got JJ. We have I keep seeing us. We're in there. We got Gamer Aimer and Tech Buzz. You got Retro Snowman in the chat, Mr. Gretzky, some Toilet Clogger, Johnny Arcade, Video Game Votary. Hey, we got Marlbs Man. We got Isaac. We got Aaron.
Yep, my wife says your video looks fine, but
good.
It seems to be coming in.
Retro Gamer. Okay, good. As long as it's coming on in. Oh, a couple people are asking if I'm on dial-up again.
It changes from time. I wouldn't worry too much right now, but we got to get your other camera situated when we get some time. Yeah. And we've just been busy, guys. We've been busy punching out content, and Marv's Man's like, I am for sure going to Cleveland now. That's one thing we wanted to do. We wanted to do the convention, or we wanted to do the podcast live from Cleveland. I think that'll be awesome. We'll have like a little meet and greet for those that want to come up and hang out.
And merch.
Yes, we'll have merch there. She's going to be camping out in the broadcast booth there with us, and we're going to have a lot of fun, not only doing content, but also doing mini panels in the booth. But then I've been tasked with organizing a panel of YouTubers, so it's going to be me, Brandy, Dr. Scott, John Riggs, Chris Carlson, you guys know him as Game Dad, and Jay Squarepegs. We're going to do a panel. I've yet to figure out maybe Brandy and I are going to have to brainstorm about this, but be hosting a panel of YouTubers. I don't know. We're going to be talking about something, so I don't know, but we're going to record. I'm going to have my wife there with my good camera that I use for YouTube, because last year's was a disaster. Anybody that did that panel with us last year knows it was a disaster. The audio was terrible. The video, it was a good panel. It just was, it was bad. So we're going to do something like that. So I think that'll be a lot of fun, personally.
Yeah, I'm excited. We were just talking about it before we went live. We were talking about trying to figure out like just all the craziness that you got to plan and stuff for all this stuff ahead of time. But we were really excited. We were talking about it literally like minutes leading up until the.
Yeah, I'm laughing here at these guys in the chat room. He says, how many just this week found out AOL still had dial-up? I was one of them. I'm like, really? After 35 years?
I was shocked.
I was like, what's this world come to? But yeah, no more. They said, we're done. But yeah, that stuff's coming up. We're going to kind of keep you guys posted as we get more and more information about what we're going to talk about there. But either way, there'll be a lot of content. We're going to do some joint content. We're going to be doing content with other creators there. Should be a lot of fun, Brandy. At least in Cleveland. You can't get us banned there, I don't think.
Go Pittsburgh.
Well, maybe you will get us banned in there.
Yeah, we'll challenge accepted. Let's see how I can offend everyone. I gotta learn all the teams. I have to learn all the teams. So I can purposely say the wrong teams when I'm there. Who's their rival?
That would be bad. So Cleveland would be the Cleveland Browns. So that is a Pittsburgh. That's a Pittsburgh rival. Yeah, you have the Cleveland Guardians for baseball.
Didn't know that.
So they used to be the Indians, and then the woke thing happened, right. and then they went to the Guardians. So yeah.
Okay. I will find a way. Find a way.
Yeah, all you have to do is, let's go Pens. That's right. I could wear my Penguin. Well, if I wore my Penguins jersey, then she'd be okay. She'd be safe. I think we'd be all right. We'll see.
Oh, I can't wait. We'll have to get into some craziness while we're there. We'll figure something out.
I don't know about you, but I was looking at the news this week, and there was something really interesting on the docket to talk about. So let's kick you to the news right quick.
Hi, this is William Jackson For Millennium Flashbacks, you're watching the Game Masters on YouTube.
All right. Now, one of the things that I saw, Brandy, I don't know if you saw it here. Let me pull it up and see if I can't pull it up for us here. But, yeah, this computer's being a little slow. But, man, it didn't even pull you over. Look at that. All right, there we go. Guitar Hero, everybody's favorite game, party game, is coming back. I'm a big Guitar Hero fan. I love Guitar Hero, but after 10 years, it's finally returning with a new game.
Whoa, I didn't know that they were going to have a new game. But they just made those new controllers, right? They have the new guitars.
So the new guitars, my kids have them. They're mainly for right now the Fortnite. Fortnite has a rhythm game that's like Guitar Hero, which is kind of funny because you can play the drums and you can even use that. But this, yeah, it's scrolling up and down here. Because I was trying to look for like any kind of gameplay to play. This is like an ad with LeBron James here, so that's not part of the game. But it looks pretty cool. It looks like they're going back to their roots, and I'm wondering if they're going to bring out a whole new succession of guitars, because the ones from the Fortnite / the rhythm game that they have in Fortnite, I don't know if they're going to have that working, but I love Guitar Hero. I know my family does. Rock Band, all that stuff. What about you?
I mean, I'm excited. I grew up playing like the rhythm games, like Dance Dance Revolution, and just tapping things and all that. And then next thing you know, when Rock Band came out and Guitar Hero, I remember being in college, like jumping on the bed with the guitar, and people would complain about the noise because me and like everyone on the whole floor, we were just jamming out, having a good time, thinking we're like rock stars. And in reality, we should have been studying, but there we were, just having a blast. So those were my days of playing Guitar Hero. But man, those are some great times, let me tell you.
What is that shirt? I think they're talking about you because I think yours is harder to see.
All right, so this says Lost in the 80s and 90s. So this is my buddy's channel. He does short content on TikTok, and he showcases toys and video games and stuff. He actually sent me the shirt, so
nice.
Yeah, I like wearing it, because I feel like sometimes I am a little lost.
A little lost.
90s.
In the 90s.
Yeah, I'm just lost.
That's pretty cool. So yeah, I thought that was worth bringing up today. I know we don't talk about a lot of news. We don't focus on a lot of that. There's plenty of other podcasts out there that do that, but I thought that was worth bringing up, especially since it's such a big game. They may even made an arcade about it. You have the Guitar Hero in the arcades. You can go and play.
Yep.
And when I was doing a lot with the arcade 1-ups, that was one of the grails, if you will, that I wanted to make a Guitar Hero from a PS2. I like the PS2 version, even though we pretty much played on the Xbox 360. I wanted to make it out of that. So where did you predominantly play Guitar Hero, Rock Band? What system?
PlayStation 2, I would say, and then a little bit on the Wii because it ended up getting easier to, I guess, like hook up through the controllers, and you didn't have to worry about like chords. And then eventually I got it on the Xbox 360.
Very, very cool. Very cool. I don't know about you guys in the chat room. What about you? What did you think? Do you think that's something that you're going to pick up? Or is that something you're going to go after when it comes out? And what system are you hoping it comes out for? Because the Switch 2, I didn't see anything with it. It looks like it's going to be an Xbox, PlayStation type of a game. But who knows? That could be the first ever Guitar Hero on the Switch.
Yeah, I mean, I think that'd be pretty cool. I say they bring it everywhere because a lot of people love it.
Yeah, the more the merrier, I think. So, other than that, I know I'm really like, I'm hesitating about this next segment that we're going to do. And that's like what we're playing.
Mhm.
I don't know if you saw mine, but I'm going to get eaten alive for it. But I really don't care because it is
Oh,
truly
no.
what I am playing this week. So
Here we go.
all right, before we get into that, Retro Snowman says, "I have no rhythm, so I hate Guitar Hero," and that's a lot of people say that though.
Oh man.
Rock Band was phenomenal. All right, so what are we playing this week? This is a segment we kind of brought in, and I'm gonna save mine for at the end here or after you go through yours because I have a feeling people probably like yours a lot better, so we'll give them that. But what are you playing? What is this? What are you playing this week?
Yes. So this is Dr. Muto, like mutations. So pretty much you have like this scientist and he can transform into different things. So you'll see like a mouse, you'll see like different little things as we're going around. But this is for the Nintendo GameCube. I went out to a few different stores, a state away, or a couple states away. I had to drive through another state. And I found some GameCube games. I found some really great deals, and I have been on a kick. And you'll kind of see why when we do our video game pickups. Not going to spoil it this time. But this is just a fun little game. I feel like a lot of people missed out on it, and not as many people talk about it. They really should because it has a lot going on, just like more than just like a regular type of like, game like this back in the day. But I feel like they did a lot with it, and I feel like a lot more people should check it out. Now, I have not beaten it yet. I only just kind of went into it just a little bit so far, so I am looking forward to, kind of sitting down and playing a little bit more as we go on. But just like, look how cool it looks. I mean, it's pretty neat. I like it.
Yeah, it looks like a fun game, going back into the 64. You're on a huge 64 kick right now.
Yeah, Japanese 64 I'm going for, and of course I had to dive into getting this GameCube game because it's so close in time. And
well, that's what I was literally gonna say. What, no 64 game? Like you kind of passed on it because I thought last week you had a 64 game, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I did. I had
I thought so.
I had Sin and Punishment one week, which was a Japanese N64. And that one's a really fun one. And then I did have True Lies, I think, for the Super Nintendo. So look at me, I'm kind of bebopping all around that time, going back and forth,
All right, guys. So this is something that you're probably going to hate me for, but I'm going to talk about it anyways. And this is what I've been playing recently. I have been on. I mean, I play Fortnite a lot with my kids, and I play a lot with friends. I have a crew that we play a lot of. But how can you not play this season? The season just came out last week. It's got all of the Power Rangers now that you can get, and with the extra skin, if you have the Battle Pass,
cool.
of the Green Ranger and the White Ranger that you can get now. So if you're into that, they have the emotes, Brandy, that you can do. It's morphin' time and all the fun stuff that we remember from the TV show. And those bugs are annoying, though. I will say that. But the love of Fortnite, you have all that plus a little bit of Power Rangers in this. And so supposedly next week they're supposed to do like the rest of the collab. It's either that or later this month where you're going to have like Rita Repulsa. You're going to have like Ivan Ooze or Lord Zed or maybe Goldar or maybe a Putty or something like that. Nobody knows for sure yet.
That'd be pretty cool.
I think that would be a lot of fun. I know you haven't played Fortnite in a while, so the Unreal Engine makes it so much nicer.
It's been a long time. I played it back in the day, when I was not very good at the build part.
But we don't play build. It's zero build, just like Call of Duty. We don't do the building. That's for the kiddos. Let them do that.
Yeah, because that was like a huge like turn off. Because like I couldn't do all that at the same time. I just couldn't. Like people are building up and I am just dying.
Yep.
Like, it was not.
Yeah, I don't do that. I'm with you on that. I really don't do I don't do the build part. Now my kids will do it. Some people can build and they build these towers and they don't even think about it. I can't do that.
It's too complicated for my life.
No, we just Toilet Clogger saying the original Pink Ranger, every 90s kid's first crush.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? I'm friends with her on Facebook and also on Instagram. And she's posted many times that she's been in places and people don't know who she is.
I know she took a picture with someone dressed up as her, and the girl had no idea.
The girl had no idea who she was. And
she's like, tag her. And I don't know if they ever tagged her or not, like if someone knew who that girl was, but she dressed up and she's like, hey, can I take a picture with you? And the girl had no idea.
And the girl thought it was because she was dressed as the Pink Ranger, not because she was the original Pink Ranger, right? Because, I mean, to be fair though, Brandy, I mean, how many iterations? I know when my brother and we watched it, when it was the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, when it was Saban owned it, or Saban, or however you want to say it. But then they started going to the Dino Charge and all these other ones, and then my son got into it, and he watched all those. So, to be fair, how many Pink Rangers are there? You know?
I mean, but I still would have known her.
Oh, no, I know, yeah.
If I'm dressing up like someone, I'm going to make sure I know the research. Like, I'm going to know who that is.
Amy
like,
Jo Johnson, that's right.
Like, you would think you would know. Or you'd like, if you're doing a cosplay, you would see her picture.
That's right.
Like, she looks very, like, the same. She looks the same.
She does, except she's older. She's in her 50s now. So, you know. We do get old. People get old.
Hey, don't be saying ages and stuff, because that means we all got older.
Listen, we have gotten older. We've all. My kids tell me every day I'm an old man, so I'm used to it. They're like, you know, Dad and his relics downstairs in his basement. Like, he still thinks he's cool because he collects plastic, and you know,
his relics.
It's funny because my daughter will say, like, some of her friends will subscribe to us on YouTube, and I sit there and say, yeah, that's, you know. For her, it's probably like for them, it's probably like, oh, this is an antique YouTube channel. This is what video games were back in the day, you know?
Oh, I say back in the day in like every video, and people are like, I love how you use back in the day. Sometimes it really is back in the day, like in the 80s, and sometimes you're referring to like last week. Like everything to me is back in the day. It doesn't matter if it happened the other day or years and years ago. It's back in the day.
Mr. Gretzky 9966 says, I'm old at 47. So you're a year older than me. So yes, we're getting up there. Brandy's still spring chicken yet.
Yeah, you old farts. No, I'm kidding. You guys aren't that old yet.
No, and there's actually people that are younger than me that look older than I do. And then there's people that are way younger than me that look way older than me. So I'm kind of happy that I still look the way I do. I'll be honest. That I could have had, like, some people had like a real rough life, and you can tell. They
yeah.
So a lot of these guys right here, 47. This is the age, man. This is the golden era.
The golden years.
The golden years. We're gonna be saying that next year on the podcast. Back in my day. Oh yeah, like Toilet Clogger saying that. Brandy, back in the day, Ahmer.
That's me.
But it's funny.
Hey, now everyone's trying to guess my age. Here, guess it in the chat. Since a lady is never supposed to say how old she is.
I think it's interesting. We have a lot of people that are in their mid 40s, 51, and just retired. Oh, I wish.
Nice.
Calling us old farts. Johnny Arcade, what's going on? We're actually going to hear from Johnny later on in the program. Stay tuned to find out. Isaac, Intellivision Gamer says, I'll be 50 in a few weeks. Almost 41 here. And Skate and Bacon Media is still talking about Castlevania, which I agree with them. We need another Castlevania game. Mr. Gretzky is 35. Yeah. My wife guessed 40. No, Brandy's younger than 40. I'll tell you that. My wife is 40. Let's see here. I'm 51, still rocking it.
They said I'm 21. I'll take it.
21?
21.
I was gonna say, no, come on, that's not a realistic guess there. 21? No offense.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't carry
Thank
yourself
you.
like a 21-year-old.
Thank you. I'll take it. I'll take it.
She doesn't care. She doesn't carry herself like a
All
21.
right. And with that, the podcast is over. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for.
Thank you. It can't get any better than that. Thank you. Ah.
All right, so we got to guess between 30 and 34. Who's
that's
closer?
spot on.
Who's closer, Aaron or Toilet Clogger?
33. Well, that's
33?
where I'm at. I'm almost 34.
I would have guessed. I would have because I had an idea roughly around what your age was. I would have guessed if I had to. I probably would have said 34, 35, only by the way you handle yourself and what your career is, because I know how much time it takes to do what you do. So that's probably why I would have guessed that. If I didn't know that information, I probably would have said 28 or 29. I probably would have. That would have been my guess.
I'll take it. Everyone
Take it. That's
nice.
That's still,
at least
still
I didn't
good.
get real old, because sometimes people, they like comment things and they're like, you weren't even born when this came out, and I'm like, I know. 33 and talking about back in the day.
Yeah, but it's true though. It's back in the day, right? So like you're just covering what you loved, and like just because the N64 might have been your first console, and some of us it was like the Atari. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and I still played them all. Like I still grew up playing my older cousins, because they were born in the 80s. They had a Nintendo Entertainment System, so that was the first console I played on.
Yeah.
So I still got to play on all these consoles, and then when you start collecting, like I wanted an Atari. I wanted to go through as many games as I could. Like I wanted to literally learn everything that I didn't know about, and that's what I did. So I appreciate all of it. So just because I'm young doesn't mean that I don't know, because
now you're
going to
give her a complex. The Johnny Arcade, he goes, the SNES was a year old when you were born.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I'm going to try to pull this up here. I had followed you. What does he say? I had followed you on Facebook back in 2019. Your collection has only gotten better. To be fair, Brandy will tell you this too. That's how I found her. I mean, I was on another show with her, another podcast. We were both guests on the podcast, but I had never heard of her. We did the podcast with the other individual, and I got off, and I immediately, my wife will tell you, that night we went on her channel because I was like, I got to see who this gamer Ahmer person is that I just did a podcast with that I had no clue who she was. I went on, and I'm like watching the video, and I kept looking over at my wife going, and you thought I had a lot of stuff. Like I was just like, this is incredible. And she obviously got a sub from me after that, and then it just kind of progressed. Like I was like, oh, this person knows their crap. I mean, this is unbelievable. So it's probably touched a lot of people in here to be able to know you because of that, what you accomplished with that game room.
No, and I appreciate all that. Everyone's so nice. Although they're making themselves feel pretty old by talking about they were back in school and this and that when I was born. Don't think about the age, just don't think about it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Kevin here. Your collection is on another level. It really is. I mean, like you kind of. I mean, I have a pretty big collection for my area and people that I know, but you're just like, it's a monstrosity what you have. Like yours has definitely been years and years and years of collecting, and then add your toy collection to that on top of that, and it's just like, you might as well keep that house and just use it as a toy store / game store. I mean,
welcome. Nothing's for sale. Goodbye.
It's just a museum. Oh my goodness. All right. So let's talk a little bit before we go into this. All right.
Yes.
Show us your game room. We usually do that. We really didn't get anybody to send in a game room this week. We got some for the nightmare. We got a nightmare story, which is a good story. But why don't you preface this? You were actually at a video game store. Am I right?
Yes, I went to 3 different stores in New Jersey. Now I didn't go up north. These are kind of more going towards like the beach area, like the lower part, like you cut through Delaware to get there. So I went into this video game store and they were like the nicest, sweetest people ever. And I asked them if they wanted to film a little clip. And of course I took this footage, and I just kind of like put it together. But let me tell you, you got to check out the video that I did on All Things Video Games, in Jersey, because they had little Samson in the box. They had like some crazy like graded comics on like Sonic's like first appearance and like some other stuff, and they had a lot. And that's where I actually picked up the GameCube game that I've been, testing out.
You're not allowed to show that yet. It's not the pickup time. Put that away. We're going to be doing what we did last week. She doesn't stay on task here.
Yes, I know. I don't want to go off tangent again. But no, they were super nice, and they gave me 2 banners that they got from GameStop, those cloth banners, and just so nice. So you have to check out this store and definitely check out that video because I go a little bit more in depth. This was just something that I put together.
Hey, this is Michael Rickard from Wildcard Video Games. You are watching Game Masters on YouTube. Enjoy.
And you're watching the Game Masters.
Yes. So no, they were super awesome. And it was just quite the experience. They really did have like Nintendo Game and Watches. They had a bunch of games. And if I had more money, I would have picked up that little Samson for the Nintendo Entertainment.
It wasn't in
System.
bad shape either. It was in pretty decent shape, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, and that's where I actually met the guy who was like this big Fortnite person, and he's like he's like, show me your YouTube.
Watch what you say, us Fortnite players. Now, come on now.
That was so funny. He goes, show me your YouTube, and he's like, oh, almost 19,000 subscribers, great job. And then I was like, oh, you're on YouTube too, what do you do? And then he shows me, he has like 1 point some million subscribers, and I'm like, dang. And he's like, oh no, it's because I do Fortnite and I do like the updated emotes and all this other stuff with Fortnite, and I talk and I do this. And I was like, crazy. Like, it's just like, who am I against this like big person here?
We're not worthy.
That was cool. I know, that's how I felt. He like looks and he's like, oh, you're doing great, almost 19. I'm like, oh, what do you do? Like 1 point some million, and
I think I've seen that owner before somewhere in a band, ZZ Top, I believe. Seen him? The owner of the store there. He had a great beard. That's all I can say.
Yeah, they also stream too. So like
the beard or him or them.
Yeah, the beard guy.
Yeah, but I mean the beard streams or they stream.
Oh, both.
Oh, both. Okay, that's what I was wondering. Okay,
both.
That's good.
Yeah. No, so everyone was just super nice, super friendly. And then I went to a few other game stores. One video just dropped today, and then I got another one coming Friday. And then another video the following. I just got videos, We're just rocking and rolling.
Saw your Sonic skateboard, Brandy.
Yes, I did not buy it, but I wanted to. It was at the thrift store. It was a little bit too beat up. The other side had like gashes on it, so I just didn't want to. I didn't want to add that. I wanted it to be pristine.
No,
but it was cool, so I took a picture.
So, the topic tonight we wanted to get into. We've been having a lot of fun here tonight. We wanted to kind of get into nightmares because I could probably sit here and say that we all have had some form or another of a nightmare when it comes to collecting video games and or experiences at conventions and things like that. And I didn't know, Brandy, if you wanted to start. I don't know if you remember one of the the way I feel is a nightmare. You stumbled upon some games at GameStop, if you recall, that you told me about a while back.
Yes.
And what happened with that? What happened with some of those games that you were like, this is too good to be true?
Yes, that was a crazy time. Definitely appreciate Mundane Designs popping on in. Hoping you're doing well too. But no, that was insane. Going to GameStop right when they announced that they were gonna do retro gaming. I knew that this was gonna happen because I was talking to some of the owners, the district managers and stuff, and a lot of people, they were telling me that they were trying to get everyone prepared by sending out different like screwdrivers, like different bits to open up those retro games. But of course there are people who try to scam GameStop. They'll buy something and they'll bring back something, and you catch the right person, and of course they're going to trade in a fake video game. So I went there, I knew that it was fake, but I bought it for the sole purpose of educating people that they could very well get in fake video games. And that's what happened. It was a Pokemon game. It was a fake cartridge. I bought it for educational purposes only. And that could very well happen anywhere. When you go to these stores, you have to make sure that you're not going to get something that's fake. Remember, there was also 3 of those video game stores in Maryland that were selling all reproduction games for full value cost, scamming people. I got all 3 of them shut down.
Even the boxes that you were showing at those stores, they were easily like repro. Like you could tell that they were repro. They were like really bad.
It was a white box, and they were printing stickers out that made it appear to be a brand new console box, and they were just throwing like the prices up, like of $300, $200.
This
for
is
a used console with a fake box.
This is how much these have impacted me. These stories. That's why I was telling Brandy, what about the time where you were at GameStop and you saw certain games that were CIB? I think they were Game Boy games, because I don't want to tell the story for you.
Oh,
and then
no.
And then the manager had something to say about that, didn't she?
Oh, she sure did.
Which this was, guys, this is a nightmare in itself, because when you hear this, you're going to be like, what?
Oh my gosh, I'm getting like all worked up.
See,
now.
I knew it. Yep.
I didn't know this episode was going to be this deep here.
We're trying to heal. We're trying to heal here a little bit,
I thought my intervention was bad, and we haven't even shown that part yet.
Well, we didn't get to we didn't get to the bathroom yet, guys. There is bathroom scenes that are coming. So get your coffee, get your soda, whatever it is that you want. Brandy has prepared herself. The bathroom scenes will be coming.
Oh man, GameStop just really hurt my heart. So I went into GameStop and I found some GameCube games. And I bought a few of them because they were all complete in box. I got some really great deals. And the guy working, he pulled out, it was a big box for the GameCube, like Mario Party 4, 5, or 6 or something. It was like the big box. And I ended up buying it for a loose disc price. And I got super lucky. So I went back again, and there was this girl working. And she said, oh, we might have some more games. And I said, I know they're in the drawer behind the counter. Like, I know that you guys have all your retro games. You guys don't put them out on the floor. And she's kind of all hesitant on what she wants to show me. So I'm like, well, what do you have that's like retro? Do you have any like big box stuff? And she's like, oh, we have this Game Boy game in the big box, and it was like Super Mario Land. And I was like, dang, how much is that? I'll buy it. I want it. And I pulled out my card, and I'm getting ready to buy it, and I pick it up, and I take a quick video of it, because I'm like, man, this is so awesome. I bet it's super cheap. I bet it's like a loose price. I bet it's not complete a box price. She scans it. It's less than $20, and she goes, oh, I'm not going to sell this to you. And in my head, I'm like, can you do that? Like, is that allowed? Like, I'm holding it. I have my money. Like, we have it scanned in. I'm ready to pay. Like, and she's like, I'm thinking about buying that. And I'm like, do you think or you know? And she's like, well, if I don't buy it, then you can come back tomorrow and get it. And I said, well, I'm ready to buy it right now. And she's like, no, I'm thinking I'm going to buy it. And I didn't know what to say. I didn't really know what to do. It just kind of caught me off guard. And I walked out of the store. And I came back in the next day. And I asked the guy who was there, not her. And he's like, oh, you can't wait on that stuff. And I was like, yeah, I was literally trying to buy it yesterday. And the employee wouldn't sell it to me. And then he just like stopped laughing and like joking. And then I just walked out. And then I didn't go back for a while. The craziest thing.
That in itself, honestly, that's it's not only heartbreaking. I see a lot of awes in the chat room and whatnot. But that I don't know how they can legally do that. Yeah, they're showing it to you.
She could have been fired. I talked to the guy who like runs a lot of the stores, and he told me if he was there, he would have fired her on the spot.
Yeah, that's not right because, like you said, GameStop doesn't change the value of the game if it has the box or if it has the manual or if it has the game. It whatever price it is loose, that's what they sell you. So you getting the box, the manual, that's all extra. It's not like you're going to, CC Games or Kevin's store up there where he's gonna charge you, a collector's price for it. She should have sold it to you.
She should have. And what I'm thinking was, because she made a comment, see, like I replay all this stuff in my head after. She made a comment that she was upset that I got the GameCube game in the big box because she was planning on buying that at some point. Now, mind you, the sticker on the back of it, they had it in for almost a month because they put the day that they come in, they print that sticker and it tells you.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, I had a card. I was getting ready to tap, so I didn't have cash. I wish I did because then I could have just did that, but I had my card and it wasn't on the screen to tap, but it was there. You could see the price tag. So yeah, but I think she was like bitter that I got that and all them GameCube games that she didn't have the money for at the time. And then maybe she just wanted to get back at me by getting this game. And then the crazy thing was I saw one go up for sale on Facebook Marketplace and eBay. I saw game go up in the same area, but it like for some reason it wouldn't show me like the profile picture. So I'm very curious if that happened. Oh, that's who I was talking about. I talk in the chat. Awesome. Very friendly, very nice. Fortnite. And I met him at the store.
Gotcha. I used to know an iTalk back in the day when I was doing tech and broadcasting. He used to come around in the chat room, but I doubt it's that same iTalk. But so you were humbled by a Fortnite streamer. See, I told you. You gotta get in on. I'm telling you, this season of Fortnite is the season. If you haven't played the game, here I'm gonna get on my soapbox for a second. If you haven't played the game, you need to play the game, especially because it has freaking Power Rangers. Like you can't beat that. Like come on, Oh, my son is messaging me. Apparently he knows who iTalk is. He's up there going, dude, he's like, iTalk is awesome. I'm jealous. He's messaging me right now on so I'll be honest, I love playing Fortnite, but I don't watch many Fortnite streamers. I know Ninja. That's about it. My brother does, he'll watch some, but I don't. So my son's probably jealous that you got to meet this guy. Now my son is 13, so I mean he watches all these get out of there. I got the cat down here. All these Fortnite gamers, but still seriously, he goes, I'm uploading my PS1 Greatest Hits collection tomorrow. I'm moving to retro game style content. Nice.
Yeah, he has like the rarest Greatest Hits PS1 game. He brought it in and we saw it. It goes for like thousands or whatever it is.
Wow.
It's like the hardest one to get. And it's kind of showing like some of his rare like PlayStation games and other games. He kind of does shorts and stuff too. So it was just really cool to see and just to meet more people and just get to know more people. And it was just a really nice, fun experience at that store. And, you never know who you're going to meet, where you're going to meet them at, and who kind of understands, what you're going through when you're walking around just endlessly at these stores filming and stuff like that. Yeah, NFL Blitz 2000 greatest hits. Apparently that one goes for like crazy amounts of money, and he had it, so I got to actually see it physically there.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool to have some of these, and that one's hard to find. That NFL Blitz 2000 greatest hits. That's really, really hard to find. Because I remember another YouTuber was looking for it, so my son and I were out looking for it everywhere, and we really couldn't find it anywhere.
Yeah.
So I love when people go for those hard to find games and whatnot. So is the twist to all this, with this manager, is she still there now currently at the store, or haven't you been back since?
I ran into her another time, and she was on the phone with like some guy like the whole time, not really like tending to business. So I would be shocked if she's still working, but I also didn't want to be the person to get anyone. I didn't want to go full Karen, I didn't want to get anyone fired.
Well, yeah,
over.
but I mean, yeah, what's fair is fair though in that aspect. But I get it. Yeah, you don't want to get her fired or anything like
but
that.
I'll go back. I'll go back and check. I've just been kind of going to some other stores that I go to where they're all super nice. And they have like more retro games. But maybe I'll do a little bit of deep dive. I'll go back in and just kind of see if there's any others in the drawer and see if the same thing happens.
I noticed a lot of GameStops are doing that now, where they're keeping them in a. They have like a see-through cabinet that they unlock with like Nintendo games, Super Nintendo games, and things like that. But I've noticed that with certain customers, they keep them in the drawer. Like I know I've gone in there at some of my local ones, and they've said, "Hey, you're into retro games, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "You want to see what we got in the drawer?" And so they'll pop it open, and they're like, "Yeah, let me know if you want anything." A lot of my area, it's like the Xbox 360, PS2, and a lot of times they're loose. I don't want that stuff. Like
exactly,
because GameStop's overpricing the loose stuff. Now, if it was complete in box like you found, I'm all about it. Let's go, right?
Yeah, no, I agree. But I mean, also as much crap as we're talking, like drinking games and Josh, howdy. He's saying GameStop has its uses. As much as the corporation sucks, it wouldn't be good for them to disappear. I mean, I still find tons of deals there. And I mean, you're right too. She's gonna hide them the second she sees me come in. She's definitely hoarding them. I mean, whether she's reselling them or whatever is going on, I mean, I still like going in there. Sometimes they have those collector's editions that go on sale. They have the $5 off coupon every month.
Yeah.
They have other deals, and I mean, I get stuff all the time. I get stuff for giveaways when they do their clearance, and it's like buy 3 get 1 free. I mean, that's a fantastic time to go in there and get certain things. So you just got to take the bad with the good, I guess, and you just really hope that they all don't start going downhill. Maybe it's just a couple bad eggs here and there.
Well, and I'm all about also supporting the mom and pop stuff. And I know Marbs, he put that in the chat room. Yep. I totally get it. But I also agree that GameStop does have its place, and there is a lot of cool stuff. I mean, without GameStop, we wouldn't have Game Informer, right? That magazine. We all know that's come back, and it's a great magazine to get, not through GameStop, but there's a lot of really cool things. And you can get really, really good deals at GameStop. But I just think sometimes, like in this case, this girl obviously knew you were a collector. She must have looked you up online or something, and she was like, I'm going to stick it to her. Maybe she was jealous. I don't know.
Well, the best part is I went into another GameStop kind of closer to me, and they said, we saw the video you did on that girl at GameStop. And they were like, we all passed it around in our group chat, and we all know exactly who you're talking about. So, like, she must have got some slack from them too, because they all shared it.
Yeah, I'm sure the manager had some words with. I wouldn't be surprised. Like you said, if she was supposed to be fired because of it, I would highly think that somebody would have said something. But GameStop now is moving a lot more towards cards and Pokemon and things of that nature. So it's more of what they call it, pop culture. That's what we're going towards now. So,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of guys think I haven't been to GameStop in months. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see where this stuff is going. And let me go back here. Steps Gaming says, "What do you think about the game warranty available at GameStop?" Now, my brother has used that game warranty. I bought it a few times for the PlayStation 5. Believe it or not, Brandy, we had an issue when my son got it for Christmas, where like it started having some issues with the file being corrupted inside of the PlayStation, and they told us to either send it back or take it back. That's what Sony told us. So we just took it into GameStop, and they were like, "No questions. Here, we'll give you a brand new one." They gave us a brand new one. It was only 2 weeks old, and not only did they give us a brand new one, but they gave us the one that had one of the games with it. I forget if it was Horizon or if he got the one with I can't think of the other one. There was a couple bundles out at the time, but I don't remember which one he got. But he ended up getting one with a bundled game, so you couldn't beat it. So I think there's room for the warranties, especially with the Pro controllers for PlayStation with the drift. So what about you? Do you get any of the warranties through that?
I don't, because most of the time I'm buying like GameCube games and like other things like that, and the likelihood that they're gonna have an exact copy of it, I'd rather take my chances. Because I don't want to like just send it on back. I'll just kind of keep, I guess, accept whatever I have, because I'm inspecting the disc and I'm looking at things. When I buy the stuff, so I don't necessarily use it, but I could see why people would use it on certain things. It's just, what someone was calling a nightmare of, getting around to your backlog of games. It's like by the time I go to play the stuff, the warranty is going to be expired, on something.
Well, I take it out on certain things, like with the PlayStation, I call it the Pro controller, but the Pulse, the dual sense controller, whatever it is. What happened, I bought it. We pre-ordered it first day. My son and we got it, and then the left stick, and we started reading in Reddit that it was drifting and all this other stuff, and then you couldn't buy the modules to replace it. Almost 2 years later, Sony's like, "Well, you're gonna have to go buy a new one." I'm like, "Well, come on!" So then GameStop started having them. Talk about a nightmare. It's like my controller sat for almost a year and a half where I couldn't use it because they didn't have the module. So there's a horror story for you with that. Now, before we get back into some of more of our horror stories, and we see the footage from the bathroom, I know you guys are waiting for Brandy's bathroom. You saw a sneak peek last week. I'm going to preface this next horror story that was sent in by Johnny Arcade. You guys know him in the chat room here. He joins us. Chris Martin. He put it together. It was an audio recording. I feel really bad because had he known then what he knows now,
this is even worse.
This is probably, I don't think anybody can top this story, and he didn't send it in to be a sad show or anything like that. Just listen to this.
Hey y'all, my name's Chris Martin, and this is for your Game Collecting Nightmares podcast that y'all will be premiering soon. So anyways, you were asking for stories, and so anyway, I figured I would tell you mine. So this had to happen in probably 1998, 1999. For a little backstory, I go into a pawn shop and I find a Neo Geo AES, 32 games. Pawn shop had it for $300. Great. So anyway, I run up and tell my dad about it and whatnot, and I begged him for the $300. He gets it to me. Get it, bring it home. Have it spread out for him to see. Everything's golden. Well, anyway, when I go to plug it up and whatnot, the AC adapter part didn't work. And this is before I knew how to fix electronics and whatnot. And so I did not know how to fix it. Shame on me for back then. But anyway, fast forward, it was useless to me. I ended up selling it to my cousin for the same amount I bought it for, which was $300. So you got to understand, and this Neo Geo collection, 32 games, original AES, complete in box, Metal Slug 1, and of course the regulars, Cross Swords, Magician Lord, etc., etc. So anyway, I sell it to my cousin, and how do I word this? He gives me $100. I'll pay you the rest back. Okay, cool. Well, the rest never came. I go to, at the time, his apartment and to collect my stuff back and I was going to give him his $100 back. No big deal. Come to find out, he had decided to sell it for drugs, specifically methamphetamines. So, yeah, 32 games, complete in box, Neo Geo AES, etc. And that's just that one time. I also had found out that, because at the time I had got a Turbo Duo when it was new. So I decided to surprise the same cousin for his birthday with a TurboGrafx 16 with CD add-on, Super System card, US version. And come to find out he had sold that as well. So yeah, 2 different events, 2 different times, etc. It's amazing what drugs can do to someone. Anyway, that's my story.
That heartbreaking, like literally.
It's so crazy. Like if we knew what we know now back then.
I know.
Oh man,
it's terrible.
Ugh. It's always unfortunate when things like that, when people steal from you, when people sell things. That's always unfortunate.
And not give him the full amount that he even asked. I mean, he was asking for $300 and he only ended up getting $100 out of it. I'm like, oh, this is hard.
It's like the hitch just kept on coming.
But speaking of money, we did get a nice super chat.
Yes. So I want to shout them out. This is Gamers Alley. Thank you so much for $10. They are awesome. I've been out to their game store. I even stumbled into it too. So they have toys, they have cards, they have video games, they even have a YouTube channel where they make great content. They were out at Siege this year. They helped us out at our table. Just really awesome. Great stuff there. So I do appreciate that. Just wanted to, shout that out. And everyone is literally saying, oof, and that's tragic and all that, talking about when things like that happen. We all hear those stories of people's houses getting broken into, your parents throwing away your childhood collection of things, seeing all this crazy stuff. There are some horror stories out there when it comes to, video game collecting and just all that stuff just being gone. It's crazy.
I know, and I'm sure we see Cleveland Gaming Classic is in the chat room as well. We're getting excited for the Cleveland Gaming Classic coming up here in September at the IX Center in Cleveland. If you guys are in the area, go get your tickets. You can come hang out with us, but I bet you they probably have some horror stories of things that have happened at conventions. Not that
I'd love to hear that stuff.
I was going to say not that we want to put it out, but I mean, how can you not? We've already been at conventions. We won't say which convention we were at, but we were at a convention and somebody was caught stealing a Game Boy and other people had to tackle them and get it.
Yep.
People that's, imagine being the vendor, and having to do that. And, families are there to have a good time. You go to a convention, you're a collector, you're there to have a good time. And then you've got people coming in and stealing from you. That just, that just, it's terrible. You can't do that.
Yeah, I couldn't even imagine. People are saying, when they worked at game stores and, people would be devastated if they broke in. Just hearing some of this stuff, could you imagine if you just woke up one day and your entire collection was gone? I couldn't even imagine that.
Twisted identity. BO is a problem at convention. I noticed. No, it's not a problem. It's an epidemic. It's an epidemic. It's not a problem. It's beyond that.
Oh, it really is. Oh no.
That has happened before. I will say that as well. I've seen them at conventions. In fact, Johnny Graphics brought it to my attention I think there were PS2 games being passed off as legit copies, and they were expensive PS2 games. And I believe that's what it was. If Johnny Graphics is still in the chat room or whatever, either on yours or on mine. But he had stated that they're 100% repros because he could tell by the bottoms, and it has happened. And you don't have time to sit there as a con runner and inspect all these things unless somebody that knows what they're talking about sees it and reports them, which I encourage everybody to do. You should always report the people.
Yes.
You don't have to make a scene. Just pull the con runner aside or and just casually tell them, like, yeah, that guy's selling repros, and try to remedy the issue, right? But make them aware of it, right?
No, I agree, because when I talk to some video game, people who run conventions, like, they pretty much say, like, let us know if something's going on with vendors and stuff like that, because when you have like hundreds of tables setting up, it's like, it's hard for one person to be in charge, but then it ends up being a reflection on them. So you definitely want to let them know. That way they don't invite that person back out, or they don't let them, do that.
Yeah, you definitely, because you want to make it safe for everybody. Gamers Alley bought my Charizard statue at Siege. That's okay. They didn't buy the Mario, so they can buy whatever they want. They didn't buy the Mario, so we're still good. We're still good on that.
Yeah, they did. They had like a little wagon cart. I mean, they were like my favorite part. So like Stephanie, she like literally killed it. He comes over and he's like, "Hey, this is Gamers Alley. Hey, we want to since you came out to the store, we want to help you. What's something we could buy from your table to help support you?" I pick up like a $5 perler bead art that I made, like just $5, and I'm like, "It would be so kind, sir, if you would purchase this $5 perler bead." And Stephanie goes, "You should buy this $300 Switch." He bought it. He bought the Switch. Like, he bought it. And I was just like, oh, my little $5 perler bead is not... Oh, that's so great.
There's so Stephanie's not playing. She's like, hey, we want some money to go spend here.
Yeah.
All right. So I have a little bit of a horror story that I put together in video form, and we can discuss it when we get back, and show you guys when I first started collecting. Now, this video was shot back in when I first moved the room over. This video was shot back in 2020, I believe. Maybe it was 2019. But this was a nightmare. Take a look.
Cabinets going this way, probably 3 or 4 cabinets going that way, and then in the other room it'll open up where the consoles are to be able to put cabinets there. So all in all, I probably got room for 10 more cabinets, but I'd like to get another kiosk to put over here, maybe an Xbox, maybe a Switch. I don't know. It depends if I can find one cheap. But either way, the drums for Rock Band aren't going to stay there. I'm hoping to put, I have a few TVs from the studio that I can put up there, that I could hook an individual console up to it, and got multiple ways to play. Maybe I should just reevaluate bringing all these consoles into this room. Probably not a smart idea. Well, it's too late now. I have one done, the other one's in the other room. But what I do is I have multiple HDMI switches, because there's 3 HDMI inputs on the TV. So I take each one that has, there's 5 on it. So that way I can have it automatically switch on the wall, and all consoles are playable at any given time. So, alright, so I got this finished. I don't have any of the lights and stuff on. All the consoles are set up. They're working. I'm probably going to get a bigger TV. 42-inch in here is not cutting it. I think I'm going to go for like a 60, or maybe I'll pull the one from the player room and bring it down here. That one's 65. So got all the consoles hooked up. What I did was, instead of stacking them like I did in the other room, I put like my small Neo Geo here, TurboGrafx, my Jaguar, Xbox, my Super Famicom back there, so that you can play on that TV. with this. So it still leaves this wall open, and I can always move Brock Lesnar and to here for cabinets if I want.
So you're probably sitting there going, well, what's the nightmare about that? Cabling, Brandy, cabling. Every time I pull that out to try to do something like that, I sit there and I go, ugh, it's terrible. Now, I have changed my setup since then on my game room tour. I have a big 65-inch TV there, and I have a CRT for my main consoles that I play that are retro. But I think that's got to be everybody's biggest nightmare, is hooking these suckers up and having all these cables, don't you think?
Yeah, like cable management, moving things, organizing. You could literally spend just as much time playing a game as just as much time setting something up, or if you have to shift something over. We've all had these grand ideas where we think something will look better over here. We move this stuff, and then we realize, no, let's put it all back. And then, there is no like copy and paste or rewind button in real life. So then you got to kind of go through the whole thing all over again. But, just moving all this stuff, and then you want to set it up right. You want to get those cables organized. I still kind of have like a mess going on up here with my like computer setup, but at least downstairs things are a little bit better, No,
100%. They're all saying the same thing. Man, when I moved my CRT, I have a 27-inch. I was like, I ain't moving it again. And he has a 36-inch. Man, I can't imagine. And the nightmare is cleaning it all. So I do get some dust down here, even though we got a brand new HVAC system. I probably need to get it flushed, like to get the I don't think it probably has ever been done, to get some of the dust out. But I go in there with one of those dry cloths almost once a week and get all the dust off, usually before game nights, because that is a nightmare, getting the dust. Good call. Good call.
I'm pretty lucky with that because
and you have cats.
HVAC, yeah, well, they are not allowed in the basement, so no cats, no outside shoes in the house. I got a brand new HVAC unit because it died in the heat of the summer, 90-some degrees, so I had to, shell out some money for that. And I changed that filter, which, speaking of that, I probably have to do that. And I only dust twice a year, once at the beginning of the year before a game room tour, and then another time around the holidays when we're having an influx of people coming over. Yeah. You want it to be a little bit more clean and organized then. And then just vacuuming and stuff. But really, it stays pretty well, surprisingly. But I also don't allow food and stuff down there either. So
yeah,
I don't know.
So one of the other questions that you asked, Brandy, you said, what is and I think you asked the community, what was one of the weirdest places that you store video games? Wasn't that the question?
It sure was.
So I decided to do a video on this because I really don't have a weird spot that I store video games. Take a look. Weird places that I put video games. I get that question asked a lot of me. And honestly, what do I look like? I have everything neatly positioned in my game room. Why would I put him in a weird... Do I look like Brandy? I look like I store things in a bathroom? Aaron! Oh, come on.
Everything okay? What's going on?
No, I think the batteries are dead in my game. And my controller, it's not working. You can see it's not working. It's just going back and forth.
What the heck, babe? I don't get it.
Oh, like you've never done this before. Okay. Well, I thought it was interesting to have that in the bathroom, and you just never know when you got to get your game on. While you might be trapped in there for some time. You just never know. I don't think that's weird. Why do you think that's weird? I don't think that's weird. You got to go sometimes, right? I mean, it's human nature. It's natural. You have to go. So why not be entertained and be in there? And I don't understand. I don't understand what the problem is. Why is that so weird? People that collect put games in weird spaces. You mean to tell me you don't have Your game's set up in a weird space. You mean to tell me you don't have a video game console in your bathroom? I mean, the At Games one isn't really that great anyways. It's got the built-in games, so you don't really have to handle anything, so it's not unsanitary. And then we do clean the controllers. So I don't see anything wrong with it. What are you doing in my bathroom anyways? Get out of my bathroom! Okay, I don't know where that footage came from. You weren't supposed to see that. But I guess I guess that's kind of weird, right? Is it weird to have it? I mean, sometimes you got to go. You got to go.
No, when I first saw that clip, I just busted out laughing. Oh man!
And you know what the funny part was? I was telling Brandy, I said, literally normally the controller works fine. And then all of a sudden it started to malfunction. Like I was hitting A button, it would bring up the menu system I'm like, what is going on? Here the batteries were going dead. And I waited until I decided to film that to go dead. So my wife I just told her to come in. She had no idea what was going on. So, but it was fun. So they've been waiting. They've been waiting all week for this. Do you want to preface anything before we show them the bathroom scene?
I mean, I don't think it's that bad. It could have been way worse, but I don't think I have a problem. Y'all let me know.
It could be a Taco Bell problem. We don't know.
So this question is always really just on who you're asking. When people think about storing video games and putting video games in certain places, some people think it's weird and crazy that I have so much in a basement. Some people find it odd that you bring video games and you put them in hallways, you put them in your bedrooms, you put them in closets. Some people just think that's a problem. Well, not really me. And I didn't know that this was really that much of a problem either. But when you store video games in a certain room of your house, if you had to think of every single room in your house, where would you least likely expect video games to be? Well, I don't really know. So I'll just go off of what everyone tells me. So this is my bathroom. Welcome on in. And over here, behind this curtain, we actually have a shower. Well, that's not what I put in the shower. Usually there's supposed to be nothing in a shower. Well, I decided to put a lot of my video game promotional items. So I just have boxes upon boxes of these like GameStop store displays. I have them for pretty much everything. I have tons of like Nintendo Switch ones here. Just like these big Luigi's Mansion standees, these boxes, these like cool little like promotional boxes. This is the Doom Eternal like GameStop right here. It just comes with like all this fantastic stuff. So it has like tons of like posters and just different displays and things like that in here. But, I kind of like this, like how it's all set up. Because if you really don't want all of this stuff showing, you just close the curtain. It's like Narnia. You could just fit endless amounts of stuff inside of the shower. I mean, no one really uses this bathroom, so I could just put some kiosks. I could put whatever I want in here. And, if people do come over and they want to check this out for some weird reason, then I could just simply scoot some things out and put them in the laundry room because why not? I also put games in my laundry room. So I want to know, do you think any of this is odd? Do you guys do the same thing? What if you have closets and stuff in here? Wouldn't you use that? So that you don't have to have all this stuff out in the open? I want to know. Do you guys think this is weird or do you think it's practical?
All right. I think everybody was shocked by that,
I did tidy it slightly before I filmed, I will say.
Kevin says, "Egad, girl, I wasted joking about using your bathroom." He's like, "I was joking about using your bathroom." Well, then that's what I was saying to her, like during the video. I said, that's actually a nice looking bathroom. Like you'd want to use it when you have game nights and whatnot. And then what was your response to that?
I move all of that to the laundry room and I slam that door shut. And then that way people can use that, they can use the toilet and stuff in there. And I pull out some of the standees too. So if someone did need to shower or something, you can use all of it. But you take one mess and you put it in another area and then you create another mess.
But I will say you have a very vast collector's edition set of boxes back there. Like Like, I think people didn't really understand because you see all your statues, but to see it stacked upon each other in a tub where it's like 6 feet tall by maybe I'm exaggerating, but it looks like it's about 6 feet wide or long. It's about 6 feet long, maybe 2 feet deep. That's a lot. That's a lot of boxes.
Yeah, and there's 2 closets in that bathroom too. So in both closets, they are literally, if you open the door, stuff falls out at you. Like it's pretty crazy. So
Did you ever see that Super Mario Brothers question block that you can run up and you can hit it with your fist and it dings?
yeah.
You ever see that? I want to get one for the bathroom door. And my wife was laughing because I was like, every time you go into the bathroom, you just like gotta ding it so that people know you're going in and out of the bathroom. So if you have to go, it's free and it's not occupied. I thought that'd be hilarious, to be quite honest. I thought that'd be funny to put, because I already have that other stuff, right?
Oh man.
Hoarder
People are saying, people are saying you gotta do what you gotta do. That's what I'm saying. You have to do what you have to do. I could be a hoarder if I want.
Well, I don't think anybody in here would think that it's a hoarder. I mean, you're keeping your boxes. You're collecting. Like, I don't know what I would do if I didn't stick them inside the 1-up cabinets that I have.
Yeah.
I really don't know what I would have done. They'd probably be stacked in a corner somewhere and just wouldn't look nice, or set on a shelf, or like you're saying, in the laundry room, I'd put them over there, but probably get damaged.
Mm-hmm.
So
Now, I mean, there was one close call. So my brother, he was installing a new sink down there. So I don't have that pedestal sink. I have like an actual, like the one where you have like the nice storage thing underneath. It's real nice. So
Vanity.
he ended up changing that on out for me, and he wasn't thinking, and he reached in and he was like, I was gonna turn on your shower, like just to turn it on and test it, and then I realized you had all that paper stuff in there. So like, I couldn't even imagine if he did just turn it on, everything would have been damaged. But yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, you would have been screaming like, "No! What are you doing?"
He said it's like a force of habit because of those gases and stuff that come up. You are supposed to run the water every so often, so I do have to move the stuff out, run the water, then put all the stuff back in.
Like you said, you got to do what you got to do. So my laundry room is not a finished laundry room, so you have like the brick wall, and the cats are over there. Like you said, you're not allowed. Yeah, like your cats aren't allowed downstairs. Ours do. We keep the litter boxes. We keep the food over there. The water dishes are in the kitchen, but it's just a place that they can kind of get away, and then they just kind of go in there. But they do come in here. They go into the console room, but they've left everything alone. They haven't really done anything. But I'm afraid if I were to take some boxes and stack them and put them in that room over there, I'm afraid that I'd find claw marks on it, because they kind of
they do that.
Well, they kind of think that that's their area, so they'll just kind of lay on whatever they want in there, and I don't want them laying on collecting boxes and stuff. They won't do that in the console room, which is nice, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mine likes to take bites out of cardboard, so that's another reason why, because I don't want her just running on up, biting all my cardboard displays.
No, you don't want that. I wouldn't want that either. That would be like,
they must taste good or something, because she really does that.
I know with like the clawing that it feels nice, but yeah. So Marbs is talking about right now in the chat room. I have all the controllers mounted on the walls. I have one of those trees from. If you go into my videos, you can kind of watch it, but it's a controller tree with Donkey Kong on the top. It looks like the Empire State Building. Empire State Building. The company Fang made it. If you go on Etsy and search Fang, you can kind of see a bunch of different ones on there. I like having that. It kind of cleaned up a lot of the controllers that I had, Brandy, and I'll keep a few like on top of the console that we play regularly. I just keep one, and then the other ones kind of go on that tree that can be rotated through, and you can kind of pick what game you want. But most of the time it's like the wireless ones and whatnot. But yeah, but before we get into our pickups this week, really quick, I think the number one nightmare and you guys in the chat room tell me if you agree, and also Brandy, the number one nightmare for game collecting is water. And what I mean by that is, like, a lot of us have our game rooms in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
Water in your basement has got to be the number one, even despite any of the horror stories that you heard from some of the people in the chat room, from Johnny Arcade. In my opinion, that just, I've got alarms and stuff over there to make sure, like, if the sump pump was not working, I'd be notified so I could change that. Hot water here, if it blew, I could again get down here and change it. But water, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. I'd say water and fire, because those are things that are out of our control.
Mm-hmm.
We can do everything in our power to try and prevent. You can unplug things to try not to have fires, but unfortunately life happens and things happen, and if something gets, just, I don't know, anything could really happen. And then same with water. You can make sure the drain and stuff is clean. If some leaf or something, not that I'm speaking from personal experience, if something like that happens, I mean, that stuff is, you can't control it. Once it starts coming in, like, you can literally try and do whatever you can, and you just try and prepare. But those are two things, Mother Nature and, stuff with fires, like, that is something. Like, people can steal from you, and you can report it to the police if you have the serial numbers. Most of the time they have pawn databases. You can search for that stuff. You can most likely figure out who did it if you have cameras, if you have, like, evidence, proof, stuff like that. But I'm telling you, when it comes to things that are out of our control, I would have to say, we've been having crazy storms. Like, I hear thundering outside again. Like, we have more storms coming on in. I mean, that is stuff that is really a nightmare. And we've all seen the pictures of people's basements and stuff flooding. We've seen them where people are like, I lost everything in a house fire. Like, I could not even imagine. Like, that is terrifying.
Well, that's kind of why I'm saying, like, I know a lot of people, they're saying, dust and humidity. Humidity you can do something about. You can control that, because you can keep your house at a nominal temperature. I'm not saying that that's not a problem, so don't take it that I'm saying that. But I think, like Brandy said, the most uncontrollable would have to be water, because I would think water is what the reason why I'm not downplaying fire, but water, every time it rains hard, like, I mean, that's more common than fires. I mean, in my opinion, you have a better chance of a heavy rainstorm hitting your house and flooding your yard than you do of a house fire, right? So that's why I'm saying water. Hurricanes, people that are in hurricane areas, tornado areas, I could see them having a little bit more concern for those things. But man, I just think. And
how do you put out fire?
Well, with water, but think about the people in Milwaukee. That's kind of what got my mind kind of thinking about this. We the Midwest Gaming Classic, right, is in Milwaukee. If you go on Facebook, and there's a lot of people with their game rooms that have been destroyed.
I just saw that.
They have been destroyed. People were sitting there going, like, there's my N64 complete in box jungle green floating in water.
Yeah, like, could you imagine just opening your basement door, and the first step to go down, there's just standing water, and you just see, like, your toy like, whatever, just floating at the top. I just saw that picture, and that, like, terrified me. But
well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not downplaying. Listen, I'm not downplaying anybody else's big fears or anything, but when I saw that, I'm sat there and I'm going, hey, well, we could end up having that problem, with a bad sump pump. And now, fortunately, in my house, the way it was built and the way it was set up, I have some drains in the floor, so more than likely it wouldn't get over here and it wouldn't affect anything over there. The way they designed it, everything would end up going into the drains. It was just going to be like a looping situation, but I would still jump on it. Somebody said 2 inches of standing water one Christmas. Yeah, that's stuff. That stuff, guys, you don't want, and that makes me nervous. Anything water, like even on my hot water heater, I have these little things. They look like mice. I think I showed it on one of the shows here. So if water drips down and it fills it up enough, and I'm not talking condensation, I'm talking actual water. I get a notification on my phone. I go down and check it out. I've had my walls leaking, and I put that it's kind of like paint that turns to like rubber. I forget what it Flex Seal. I put that on to seal the basement floor. Flex Seal works wonders, and I did that because I kept getting notified that there was water coming in, and I'm like, over by the drain. So I never worried about it before because it would just go down to the hole until we got the cats. But Wi-Fi monitoring, water boxes on the floor. That's 100% what I have. So Marbs looks like Marbs has the same thing. So that's got to be my biggest fear, Randy, across the board is water. And even what you had to deal with, you were getting ready to go to Siege. We finished up the show. I got off the show. You're like, I got to go downstairs, move everything out because it's raining hard, and you ended up losing power. But you had water coming in.
Just crazy. It's just, I like never thought of this as being like that big of a problem until it happened that time. But it just, I don't know. It's like once it happens one time, you're just always on alert. Like. It's like panic. Like today when it rained, it's like just to make sure, you want to divert as much water away from the house. You grab like the little rain spout things, you bring them down away from the house. Like it's just, you want to prep everything. And like everyone's saying in like the chat, like people can get insurance on stuff. Just depends on how big your collection is and what companies are willing to, have that as, because it's either too expensive or sometimes they have good deals. It just depends, the Wi-Fi monitoring, water boxes, just there's different things that you could do. There's like you set up cameras in the house, outside the house, just to like have a good look on things. I mean, you prep that people were talking about dehumidifiers and things like that. Like I have a shop vac, I have a shampooer, I have all this stuff just in case because I do have carpet, but it's just, you want to prep as much as you can, but you also don't want this stuff to like literally take up all of your time. Like,
no,
you just want to prepare as best as you can. And I'm lucky where a lot of my shelves, they have like a few inches and then the stuff's on top. So if anything, the shelves just might get a little bit of damage, but I can always buy more shelves. It's just some things are not replaceable. So, you want to keep that away.
Well, and here's something that most people probably don't know, but this desk where I'm at, it was actually a bar. Okay. So what the homeowners did, this was actually a bar where they had all kinds of drinks and stuff down right here. This is why I put this camera on. Right here is actually a sink right where I'm pointing. I know it's hard to see here, but there's a piece of wood right here. I can lift it up and sink. I actually had to turn off the water here to ensure. Now, imagine if that broke. Imagine if that blew all this electronic stuff that I have here for the production. Imagine what would happen to that.
Bye podcast.
Well, bye all this gear. So what I've done is shut the water off at the level, and then also shut it off where it comes into this room because I didn't want. And I'll be honest, even during the when we had those cold snaps, remember they were saying it was like sub-zero temperatures and stuff. I was taking, like you guys see the foam that I have on the walls for soundproofing. I took some extra ones that I had and I wrapped it, duct taped it around the piping because this was still metal piping that goes down into the concrete. And I know it's warm in here, but my thought was, well, if I add extra foam to it and it's still warm in here, it'll help heat it going down under the concrete. At least that's what my mind told me, to put it at ease. So that's what I ended up doing. But water scares me when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah, it sure does. It sure does. Let me tell you. It's
all right.
Oh man.
Let's get into what we picked up really quick while we won the showdown here in a few seconds. I don't have a big one that I picked up this week, but I think people will like it. But I know you got a ton of stuff, so let's take a look.
Hello, I'm Chris Sebastian from Play It Games, Movies, and Music, serving Central Ohio with 3 locations. You are watching Game Master.
All right. So I'm going to be a little bit of a shilly willy here. Okay. But my pickup this week is this. My stickers, my Game Master stickers are in. So this is the point where if you guys are coming to any of the conventions, make sure you come see us because we will have stickers for you guys that you can pick up. They actually did a really good job on this. I think
I like
it came
that.
out nice. And
and then we also have pins and stuff too. I got a bunch of pins, so I'll have to give you some when we meet up at our first convention together. But
and t-shirts. We're hoping to have t-shirts by then too that we can give out.
Yeah, hoping to have a few of those too. But yeah, we'll be giving out like pins and stickers. We'll have t-shirts and stuff as well. But no, I'm excited. I should have brought that up. I didn't even think.
Well, that's why I was doing it because I didn't
all this stuff.
I didn't get a chance to go out and really do any kind of game hunting or anything this week. It's just been a crazy week, and so I was like, you know what? Dang it! I'm going to show the stickers that we have and help help promote that. So, guys, any I know you guys have been super chatting and doing stuff like that, donating and joining whatever. I don't even understand how the YouTube stuff is when you join it for $1.99 for a month. But what we're doing is we're taking that money and we're buying the merch because you guys wanted it, and that way we can give out like the pins and the stickers at conventions to give back to you guys. So, that's what we've been doing. So it's kind of cool. And then the t-shirts, you guys saw the t-shirts, we were wearing them last week, and we're gonna hopefully have some of them for sale at the conventions. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm excited for that because those turned out really nice too. I like the bright colors of it. Mine's currently in the wash. If it wasn't in the wash, I probably would have wore it again. But no, for stickers and pins and stuff, I always go with when they do like the deals when it's like blah 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 for $1 or $19 and you get 50 of like pins or whatever. So I try to use like those discounts and deals because I'm not made of money to just buy like hundreds of stuff just to give away. At least not right now.
Do you remember the company I used for that? Because I don't remember the company. It was one of those, just like you said, where it was because we're giving it away, so we're trying to get the best quality, the lowest price, because we don't, like you said, we don't, we're not just made of money that we can just throw it all out there. So, Marbs, I'll have to get back to you on that because I don't remember what the company is off the top of my head, but there's a few companies, like Brandy said. I was kind of working with you, and you were saying like, make sure you look at the different ones that have the good prices. So we were trying to try them out.
Yeah,
Same
one of them butchered it, and they got rid of the black and they changed the yellow to orange. So I don't recommend them. I forget which one it was, but yes, Sticker Mule did some of the pins. Those were a really good deal, a good price.
They didn't do my stickers though.
They didn't do the stickers on one, but one company was terrible. They came in all wrong, so I do not recommend whatever that one was. But
yeah, the one I did, I think I got 100 stickers for like $39, and it was the full glossy one. So I forget who it was though. But these are, I'll go stand next to them so you guys can see. These are 2-inch.
Yeah, those are bigger than the one I got. Like circle stickers,
so you guys can see these aren't ginormous. I just zoomed them in so you can kind of see. Like if I put my finger across it, they're about 2 inches. 2 inches by, but they're really nice. I put it on my vehicle. I put it on the back window of my truck, and my kids wanted them. They'll probably give out a bunch of them at school, but we're gonna have a bunch of them at the next convention.
Yeah, and then the button pins, I got the bigger ones, and then I got little ones. So I got like 1 point some inch, and then like 2 something inch.
Yeah,
I don't know what they are, but like I know one's little and one's bigger, and then I got some circle sticker. So we'll have a whole variety. We'll have the Tech Buzz, we'll have Gamer Ahmer, we'll have the Game Masters.
Yep.
We're just gonna have it all. So just stop on by and grab your free stuff.
Yeah, come on out. And so what did you pick up this week? We got to let these guys go.
Yeah. So you've already seen the game because this was my game of the week, and we'll pretend like you're just seeing this for like the first time again. But Dr. Muto, I picked this game up only because I have been on a bobblehead kick. So here is the
Oh, that's
Dr.
cool.
Muto bobblehead. And on the bottom here it says Midway. It's a little hard to see. I probably should have did that a little bit better. But then the back here says Dr. Muto. So I did get that. I did post a picture of that, but this one I have not posted a picture yet. I went down a whole rabbit hole. I thought I had bought all the bobbleheads, but there are 4 of these. So I have 3 ordered, and the 4th one is near impossible to get. But this first time seeing it just came in the mail today. They made 4 of these Mega Man bobbleheads. They're different ones. There's like Mega Man X. There's like Mega Man Classic. There's Mega Man Legends, which is impossible to get. And there's Mega Man Network, Battle Network, I think, is maybe what it says. But yeah, these bobbleheads here, apparently the one is near impossible to get. They are 15th anniversary things that, was it Toys R Us or somewhere dead? I'm still doing all the research on it because I'm trying to figure out why this one is so hard to get. But apparently the one, Mega Man Legends, if you guys have it, I need it. Let's work a deal. We'll make this happen.
CC Games wants to know what's the 4th.
Yeah, I took a picture of all 4. So they were all released as a part of their 15th anniversary, and okay, it says Mega Man Battle Network. I have that one in the mail. Mega Man X, which is here. Mega Man Classic, and then there's Mega Man Legends. So Mega Man Legends is the hardest one to get.
And it's, you know what the sad part is? You know, you and I were talking about this. They probably took it and threw it in some landfill because nobody wanted them. Kind of like ET. So now they basically made it scarce and rare. Because at the time, they're probably like, and you know what? Here's the other thing, and not to get on this rabbit hole, but the Funko Pops, did you see in the news that they're doing the worst ever in the history, that they're probably going to do like these fire sales to get rid of like 5 for $1 of these Funko Pops. Like it's the end of Funko Pops. My suggestion would be to get things like video game related for Funko Pops at that low cost, because I'm telling you, in 20 years, maybe even sooner, these things are going to be, you know, astronomically expensive. Like keep them in the box, keep them nice if you've got the room, because it's going to be like these bobbleheads, Brandy.
Yeah, it's so insane. Like I never expected that I would go down this bobblehead thing, because like I bought the Nintendo ones. Like I got Yoshi, I got Mario, Luigi, I got Bowser, and then I had to get the GameCube spin of them. So I got, you know, even like the Game Boy Advance, like with Donkey Kong, and then I got all the GameCube ones. And then I saw that they did the 4 Mega Mans, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I just bought the Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon, and those are up there. And then I see these Mega Man ones, and then I didn't even know the Dr. Muto existed. And then I didn't know that they made Destroy All Humans bobbleheads, but they're not the same. They're not like these hard, like heavy ceramic type of whatever material this is. They're like plastic Funko branded bobbleheads. So like I went down this whole rabbit hole, and yeah, you're just gonna see a ton of bobbleheads.
Like this one, I had gotten. They were talking about. Thank God I never got into Funko. I didn't really get into it, but I got this special edition sent to me when I was getting Star Wars stuff sent away. Like you could only get it through this company that was sending them out. I think this is going to be eventually worth some money, because you could only get it through the Star Wars mail-in thing that they had. Like you got a T-shirt with it, you got a bunch of stuff, Brandy. So I've been holding on to this because I thought maybe this will buy my bonks one day, or this will buy my Panic Restaurant.
See, I just feel like, I mean, I have some Funko Pops, and I have the ones that came, these ones, I took them all out, but they came with T-shirts and stuff because I wanted to wear the T-shirts. But I just feel like those could be the next Beanie Babies, too, at the same time, because there's so many of them, and they're literally dumping some. So, like, I just really don't know which way it's going to go. Are some going to be a little valuable because everyone remembers them, or are they going to be the next Beanie Baby? I mean, the world may never know.
I know. I have a Darth Vader one like that as well, because, again, I'm Star Wars. So, but, I don't know. I'm kind of with you on this. I don't know. I'm holding on to, but the news this week. That's what they were saying. So I'm telling everybody out there, get your favorites that you want to have with your collection, whether video games like the bobbleheads and stuff, because I think they possibly could be worth something here, if not soon, because they're trying to get rid of stuff like that. So get your Marios, get your Castlevanias, whatever you can find.
Get like the fun ones. Don't just get like the generic, clearance ones. Get the nice ones. Like some of the video game ones that they do, they look really nice. Like some like the Sonic ones and stuff.
I want the MacGyver one.
Those are cool. Okay.
There's I was a big MacGyver fan, so I do want a MacGyver one. So
nice.
But yeah, I agree with you. Don't just go out and just buy a pile of them and they sit around. But yeah, get ones that mean something to you and have that. So
yeah.
Now it's time to ask the community, the people that are here, how do you guys like with the podcast? Because Brandy and I have been thinking we're 8 episodes deep. Next week it'll be 9th, and then we're going to be coming up on the Big 10 in 2 weeks.
Wow.
What do you guys think about the approach and direction? Because again, we got to get feedback from you guys about the podcast. How do you guys feel about us taking a non-traditional approach to the show, talking about things that pretty much nobody else is talking about in a podcast when it comes to video games, at least that we know, that we're aware of, and kind of doing these like a different thing where we're not talking about news all the time. We'll sprinkle in a little news, sprinkle in a little bathroom humor, but what do you guys think? I mean, give us some feedback here while you guys here in the chat room. Are you enjoying how we're doing this? Brandy, I do miss getting some of the videos in of the community, so I hopefully next week we'll get some more of that.
Yeah, I hope so. We got in a couple like game stores and stuff, and I have a few people that have been trying to work on getting some footage together. So definitely excited whenever those come in. But we want to see your game rooms. We want to see your, collection shelves. We want to see. Yeah, it would be cool to do some call-ins. But definitely want to see some like game stores highlight people. We want to see all of that because that's what this community is about. We don't want everything to just go the way of buying things online. We want to go to those game stores. We want to be aware of them. Like where I met iTalk and where I met all those amazing people at the different stores that I went to. Like we want to see more of that stuff so that you guys know. I love when people watch a video and they say, wow, I live right down the street and I didn't even know that this existed. Like, that is so wild to me because your community stores, your people in the community, these video game conventions, the people putting them on, those are the people that we want to showcase and highlight. Mm-hmm. And same with like us collectors. Like, we want to see what you're collecting. Everyone can just go out there and buy games, but we love seeing the pride and the passion behind what you're accumulating. Anyone could just buy whatever, but if you're going for things that you really enjoy, like we want to showcase that. We want to, show all that cool stuff. And we want to see more. So
yeah, and I want to throw this out there. You said iTalk had a pretty rare piece for the PlayStation. Maybe he'll do a short little video, 2-minute video showing some of his grails, because that's another challenge that we have out there for the community. Show us your grails. Yep. Mm-hmm. That doesn't necessarily mean it has to be deemed by the community or the industry as grails, but what are your grails? And we want to invite everybody in the room. It doesn't matter if you have a big collection like Brandy's or a small collection like we saw a couple weeks ago, right? He had some hitters on that shelf, and I'm still surprised that shelf stayed up,
I know. As heavy as that shelf was, I'm shocked it was still holding in the walls.
Yeah, show us whatever your collection is. We want to see it, and I know the people here in the chat room want to see it, and I think it'll be a lot of fun because we always like looking at it, and sometimes you can get ideas. I know we've had a lot of people, Brandy, that have come on and said, "Hey, I just got an idea how to do my game room thanks to so and so's video that you guys showcased." Mm-hmm. That's what we want to see too, and I know the community. The folks that watch this. So where do I send my photos and videos? So if you want to email, or if you're friends with Brandy or myself on any of the social networks, just DM us a Dropbox or Google Drive link. You can just upload it to that and send us a link, and we can do that. Or we have I think you have your email address on your YouTube channel. I have one on my channel as well. So you can do that, and we'll happily show it next week. We'd love to see, what these videos are.
No, I mean, just anyone could reach out or send us a link, or we could send whoever, probably the email that you have.
If you don't have Dropbox, I can set up a folder, give Brandy the link, and she can send it to you if I don't have you as a contact. So don't worry about it if you don't have Dropbox. You just have to download it just so you can upload it to, but we can share it to you. That's what we did with Marv's. So
yeah, we'll figure it out. I mean, I even had people send things through like text. I'm not going to give my personal number out or anything over here, but like if I know some people and you want to just message me, we'll figure it out. We'll find a easy way to get it all sent.
The other thing is, if you have a tip, you've been watching this show and you're like, hey, you guys talked about this a couple weeks ago. I wanted to kind of give my opinion. I wanted to tell the community about a tip that I have for game collecting or storage. You can do that as well. Send us a little clip. It's a great way for you to be part of the show. And don't be afraid to say, this is so-and-so from this YouTube channel or whatever you're trying to promote.
Mm-hmm.
We're all about it. Don't think that you're trying to over promoting or anything like that. It's all about it. That's why we want everybody to be game masters. That's the whole premise of the show. So
don't ever limit anything. Like, that's what we want. We want people to showcase their stuff. We want them to shout out themselves. We're all a part of this community. We're not trying to gatekeep anything here.
No.
We're just trying to help everyone be that best game master that they can. Whether it's what you're collecting for, whether it's what you're playing, whether it's something. Like, we just hope that I'm still learning stuff every day. Like, I just learned about all these crazy bobbleheads. So now I'm like going down this crazy path. But it's like, we hope that someone takes something away from this. And, I like learning stuff too. So I like seeing everything. So send it all.
So the other thing I want to put out there too is, a lot of you guys, like, you met iTalk at a game store. If you are in another part of this country, I know Johnny Arcade, I think he's over in Phoenix or Arizona area. If you go into your mom and pop store and you feel comfortable, shoot a video that's 2 minutes long and have them say, hey, hi there, guys from the Game Masters, and we'll show the video. We want to listen. When people visit other states, they're always looking for game stores. It's he's in Dallas. Okay, it's a great way for you not only to build relationships with your game store, but it's a great way to showcase. So when Brandy goes and says, I'm I'm going out to Dallas, I know what game stores I'm going to hit because Johnny suggested it based on the video that we saw. So we want to see that. We want you guys to, even if you're not the best filmer in the world, who cares? We want to see what you're seeing. We want your eyes to be the video film. So send that in. Is that a big enough soapbox?
Yeah. I agree. The more the merrier, because like you said, when I stumble into Texas, I want to know which game store I'm going to. I mean, I know the state is pretty big. It's not like over here where you could literally drive through like 7 states in 7 hours or 6 hours. But I don't know. It's just fun. You never know what convention we're going to be out. You never know where we're going to be out. I want to know because
that's right.
When I went to New Jersey, they told me that one of the stores that I was going to go to had closed down. And I would have been so mad if I drove an extra hour went there when it had been closed. Like, crazy.
Yeah, and it'll be great. It'll be something that you can point to, and it's something that we can all work together with, and with your help. So it's not like we're not judging anybody's video skills or anything, but this is the video guy in me, okay? So don't take this the wrong way. It'd be awesome if you shot the video like this instead of up and down, because you saw even some of the videos that I've shot in the past. They weren't meant to be used in a broadcast, but you see I got to put all kinds of backgrounds behind it because we want to see the whole clip. So if you can just do that, that's my only prerequisite. If you don't have microphones, who cares? Shoot it how you can. But we want to see it. That's all I can say. We want to see it. And if you want to send it in, I know Steps in the chat room. She was from the home arcade space. She's now getting into collecting consoles. She's been hitting me up on Facebook. She's been tuning in every week. And it'll be interesting to see her collection grow, and she's gonna, show us her collection in the future. So as she's growing it, so it's an exciting time, Brandy. I'm really getting excited about this. Any videos that you got coming up this week?
All of them.
Oh,
No, I just have one drop today on an awesome video game store. I have another one coming Friday. I'm trying to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So just look for long form shorts like pretty much every day except for today. But yeah, just check them all out. I'm going all over finding cool things. You'll even see like little things like these are coming out. These little things on the ground over here, these Batman stuffed plush. They're gonna make a little debut in a video, I think next week now. It got pushed, so it'll be Monday. But it's just, here we go. Just always finding something. So I just want to share it all with y'all.
Johnny Arcade, he brought this up too. He said about promoting YouTubers that are just getting started. Absolutely. These are things that you send in with your passion about. Like, you ask a question and you could say, hey, I just want your advice or your opinion. I'm a YouTuber. I'm getting started out. I have this many subscribers. Do it. Send it in. You're not bothering us. We're asking for it. I had a guy.
We all started somewhere.
Brandy, I had a guy that said,
we all started somewhere.
I don't want to bother you guys. It's like, no, we're asking you guys to send it in.
Yeah. You're not a bother. No one's a bother.
So do that. I have a video. Hopefully I'm going to get done tomorrow. If not, it's going to be in the works to go out Monday. I'm going to start. I've been kind of on a Friday or a Monday schedule, trying to get one long form out a week, as well as a bunch of shorts that you can tune into. I've been doing, Brandy, I've been doing like 3 shorts, and I have an interesting video coming out. It'll be an interesting topic because I'm trying to stay away from the cookie cutter type stuff. And I have one that I'm going to be doing. I have to film for Dr. Scott. So Dr. Scott has a collab coming up. If you're not subscribed to him, he's also the guy that did our awesome logo that's under Brandy right now. So check them out. But there's a lot of creators here in the chat room. So just look at their name and then go search it on YouTube. I mean, we could literally sit here and say everybody in the chat room probably has a channel. It's a great way.
Pretty much.
That I know of, yeah.
And that's a lot of the people that I watch, honestly. Like, I'll go through and I'll just continuously watch people.
Yeah, groups are another
most
thing.
Most of them are in the chat.
We're always looking for groups that are drama-free. Like, I leave groups because there's too much drama, and I leave them. And then I just stay with the groups that there's no drama and people know how to be adults. Or if they're not adults and they're kids, but the kids know how to be adults. Let's see here.
Very nice.
What's Marv saying? Let me go back up here. It jumped here. Just commenting. Trying to get more long videos. Yep, shorts time. Did you guys see the Fast and Furious arcade console version coming out? I'm excited for that in October, and the new Shinobi game. Very, very cool.
Oh, I didn't see that. I'll have to look that up.
Game Closet says I emailed Brandy too, but she doesn't love me anymore.
Oh, I do. Did I pass that, or can I still partake?
So now I know with Johnny Arcade, Dallas Retro Gamers, he has been welcoming. Now I put the 2 to 2 together. I've been in that group for quite a while. He reached out to me after I joined it, and he's like, yeah, there's no drama here or anything like that. Dude's got a good group. Look it up, Dallas Retro Gamers on Facebook, and join it if you haven't joined it. CC Games, he has a channel. It's small, but he does his own podcast by himself. A lot of good information, so go check it out. I left the Days of Our Lives group. They were drama queens. Wah, 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 says Game Closet. Let's see here. Chris M, right? Yep. So, guys, we really appreciate everybody tuning in here. Make sure if you haven't, go follow us on all the social platforms. I'm pretty much the Tech Buzz or the Tech Buzz Gaming everywhere. Brandy is pretty much Gamer Ahmer just about everywhere. Yeah. Am I right?
Yes.
And don't forget to like the Game Masters. We do have social channels for that as well on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, but more importantly, If you want to listen to this on the go and you don't want to necessarily see the video, you can go watch. You can go get the podcast. It is thegamemasters.podbean.com. And the reason I'm sending you there is because some guys have Android, some guys have Apple, some guys like iHeartRadio, some guys like Spotify. All the links are there that you can. Yeah, all the links are there. We're on 20 different podcasts or more platforms. In fact, right after the show, I'll have it up in 20 minutes, and you guys will be able to listen to it in audio form. Go subscribe. Go listen to it. Go leave us a review on Apple iTunes. That would be awesome if you guys could do. But we're pretty much, Brandy, I mean, we're pretty much everywhere for audio. So
I try. I try to be as many places as I could possibly be at.
She does.
So
she cracks the whip, too.
I might just end up in Texas at some point while we're on the topic.
Let me just tell you, I've been working with her we're going on 8 weeks now for the show. We've been planning it for almost 2 years. She's a slave driver. I'm just going to tell you right now. Did you get this done yet? Did you get that done yet? No, I'm just kidding. She's not like that.
I'm not like that
she is not
at
like
all. No, but I do like to to be on a certain time constraint, No. I do like to try and stay organized.
We're both driven. We are both organized, and we both want the best that we possibly can do. And that's what we've been doing. So, we hope you enjoyed this. We will be back next week with a whole new refreshing topic. No more bathroom talk. At least I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know if
at least for a while.
If we're going to have an intervention or anything. I think we can calm that down until it gets a little worse.
So. I think so.
We're good.
We're good with that. You guys will be good with that. Anyways, we'll see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Till next time. Keep it buzzing.